Guys, times are tough. I only got like 400 views on my last video, so I have to relapse back onto the Shindo life tier lists. Hooray, hooray, everybody loves these anyway. And so there was just a massive update where Ray basically just like ruined the game even further. I don't know why he does this at this point, but yeah, some of the buffs and nerfs were completely stupid, but I'm just gonna go over the new rankings for all the bloodlines. Most of them pretty much staying where they are, but one of them has gone up by a ton, and I mean a ton. But yeah, let's just get into it. So pretty much this entire tier is staying the same. I don't think I've moved a single thing here because, oh, I have taken magma out. That's like the only thing I've really changed, but you'll see that in the next two. So yeah, if you just want to flick over this, if you have any of these, just spin it off. There's no point in really using them, they all suck. As for this tier, it's mostly just Bloodline skilled players can use effectively. But if you're new to the game, there's no point really using them. It'll be too hard for you to use, or they're too bad for you to use. So for example, web, I don't think you guys will be able to use that properly if you're brand new to the game. So yeah, it's just best spinning off and trying to get a good bloodline that you can actually like get into the game with. If you're not new to the game and you just want to play with something fun, these bloodlines are good for you. Alright, now these bloodlines, everything in this tier is good. If you spin this, you should use it. They're good in different ways, but overall, all of them are fine for new players and old players. Some of them require a little bit of skill, but most of them are pretty brain dead, so it'll help you just to learn the game. And also, you won't be losing much fights with these, since, once again, they are good bloodlines. Alright, now this is the best tier, so every bloodline in this tier are the best of the best in the game. If you get these, you're keeping them no matter what. There's no point spinning off and trying to get a better one, because you're not going to get any. So, let's start from the bottom. I'm going to explain each of these one by one and what makes them good and such. Okay, let's just start with Snake Man. So, honestly, I just really love One Piece, so that's one reason why it's up here. But aside from that, it's a really versatile bloodline. It has 6 moves instead of the basic 3, because when you transform into mode, the base 3 moves change to different moves, which they're essentially the same, except just better in every way. For example, the Gatling is a much larger range, as well as the bazooka being way faster, just stuff like that. So yeah, the mode is also really versatile with a counter, a dash, like long range. It's just a really good bloodline, good all arounder, although it's not the best in terms of damage, which is why it's at the bottom of the best tier. Now moving on, we have Doctor Strange, or Doctor Fate, whatever you want to call it in this game. Basically it's just same reasons as Snake Man. It's a really versatile bloodline. It has high range, and its C-spec on the mode is really OP. It's essentially a time stop, which sets a point in time for your health, and if you lose health during the time it's active, you return to that point in time and heal all of that health. If that makes any sense at all. So, basically you have like a tiny bit of time control with it. Now, as for Headless, essentially, it's just a really good all-rounder bloodline with some long stuns. So, for example, third move, actually it might be the second move. Yeah, the second move is a block breaker that stuns for around, like, 5 seconds. So it's a really long stun on that. And the third move sets traps all around the map within, like, a certain range of yourself, that if a player steps on it, they will slowly begin moving towards you in a stun, so it's really good for setting up combos. And the mode itself is really good, once again, with a counter. Now, Minikaze, it's a really good combo-based bloodline with a ton of speed onto it. The moves aren't that good, however, the mode more than makes up for it. Because with the mode, you can time stop, you can move really fast, you can also counter, which is a really important thing. And the good thing about this counter is that it actually takes you to the enemy. So, for example, with the Snake Man counter, you stay where you are. With Minikaze, you teleport directly to them when they hit you. So it's really easy for setting combos off of the counter. And unlike Snake Man, I believe Minikaze does much more damage. Now, Tetsuo Kaijin, it does a lot of damage. It's really good for combos. The only issue with it is that it's only really good in single player fights. So there's no point really trying to use it in a team fight. Deva Rengoku, same reason as Snake Man. It's based on a One Piece bloodline thing. It's based on Whitebeard, even though it's like taking the form of a Rengoku. Sorry, of a Rinnegan. I'm Shindo brain rotted. Yeah, it's just really cool. It's also just a good bloodline, obviously. Now, Ashen Storm is only up here because of one move, but that one move is so good in meta and PvP sets. So it's only really worth using if you have 4 Bloodline slots. Just use the first move. It's a teleport combo style. It's really good. As for Raiden Sabaru, good all-rounder Bloodline, very high damage, especially on the mode. However, it does have a counter as a move instead of a mode spec, so it does take up a global cooldown. So there's no point really using the counter. However, the mode moves are very good, so if you have multiple Bloodline slots, just use the move. Sorry, the mode. Now, as for Ryan Rengoku, once again, very good combo Bloodline. The Meteor attack it has is very good long stun. It also combos into other moves very well, and it also has some nice block breakers. The mode is also really good. I'm not sure if you can get it anymore though. I can't remember if it's a limited time event or not, but yeah, look that up somewhere else. I don't really know. As for Aizden, this is just a super insane Bloodline. It does a ton of damage, a ton of range. It doesn't really have much combo potential, but the amount of damage it does completely negates the need for combos anyway, because you can just cross-map someone for 120k damage with a single move. So yeah, it's ridiculous. So Powder doesn't have a mode, but however it does let you equip into element slots. So you have 6 possible move slots instead of 3. Now, the moves themselves are really good as well. You have a Taijutsu combo style, and you also have an instant cast cloud that stuns for around 6 seconds, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, that's just a really good Bloodline overall. Same thing kind of applies to Surge. It's an EKG, which means the element slot thing again. And the stuns on Surge are really, really long. So it's one of the best Bloodlines in the game for sure. Boromaki Gaiden just got nerfed, so it has been moved down. However, it's still a really good all-rounder Bloodline. Really nice counter, really nice damage. Raiken Shizen, just high damage Bloodline. It's not really good for combos, but if you're in a team fight, it's super good. Now we're getting into the really good stuff, because Indra Akuma is a super good Bloodline with a super strong mode, which has the tank ability that Ashura and Kamiki and Getsuga also have. As well as that, the stuns are insane and the damage is also crazy. The range is super good as well. This can both be applied to Ashura and Getsuga. However, Ashura is the best of the 3, which is why it is higher. So, now that we covered all those 3, I'll go for the one in the middle, which is Arahaki Jokai, I believe. It's not Gold Jokai, because that's a completely different Bloodline for some reason. But, yeah, Arahaki Jokai, it got a buff a while ago. This is the reason I skipped over normal Jokai, by the way, because it's basically the same Bloodline, except it has more range. But yeah, the stuns on it are insane, the damage is insane, the block breaker is insane. Everything about the Bloodline is really good, but it's much, much better in 1v1s than it is in teamfights. Now, Kamiki Akuma has one of the most busted counters in the entire game, as well as the same mode system as Ashura, Getsuga, and Indra. So the mode is also super busted, and it does a ton of damage. Now, for the biggest change from the last tier list, which would be Ray character. Now, this guy, head of the balance team, his name is Ral Ray. He's really, really fat, which is why this Bloodline is a really big ball. So, this Bloodline has been buffed to heaven. Like, I don't know why they did this. Probably because his name is on the Bloodline, but yeah, it now has iframes instead of hyper armor, less cast times, less animation times, stuff like that. I'll just put it on the screen right now, the stupid patch log. But yeah, one of the best Bloodlines in the entire game right now. Code Gaiden has been nerfed, but it's not enough to even put it down from first place. And of course, at the top of the tier list, we have the Ral Bloodline, which is only good once every 2 hours, but, you know, it's still one-shots, so I'll just leave it up here. Alright, that's about it. I'm assuming you skipped to the end. I don't even blame you, I'm not gonna lie, because I just kind of yap about the Bloodlines for a solid 8 minutes. But yeah, if this video helped, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.